Welcome back to the Filipino FM channel, your home for Filipino Football Manager content. So today is going to be a little tutorial on how to use the Football Manager 2023 pre-game editor, and this should work for any version of Football Manager you're using. The editor hasn't really changed from year to year, so this should work across all of your different databases. So a lot of you have been asking how to load up leagues that aren't already in the game or how to make your own Football Manager database. So hopefully this will help to answer some of those questions. So when you open the pre-game editor, the first thing that shows up is it asks you to choose the database that you want to use. And essentially you're just going to use the most updated database. So these are all the databases open for Football Manager 2023. So I'll just go with the 23.4 update, hit OK, and then it's going to load the database and take us actually into the pre-game editor. So this is what the editor looks like once you're in. And you have a bunch of different parts of the database here. So agreements, awards, clubs, etc. And you can use this to search for different clubs, search for different stadiums, so on and so forth. So for example, if you wanted to change something about the club, you would go to the club screen here, and then you can search for whatever club you want to look for. So here you just go to add condition and name, but you can also go to new clubs, nation, so on and so forth. So I'll just go for name and search up United City. And when I click OK, I can bring up United City in the Philippines. And at this point, if you wanted to edit the club, you could. So you could go in, edit, you could edit the name, the short name, the nickname, you could edit what nation they were in, what nation they're based in, the Continental Cup nation. You could change the colors, change the year they're founded, their professional status, so on and so forth. But also on the left side of your screen here, you can go more than just those details. So you can change aspects of their reserve team, you can change who their owner is and how they're owned, you can change aspects of their stadium, you can change the finances of the club, the competitions that they're in, their jersey and colors, so on and so forth. So that's what it looks like if you wanted to change something about a club. And the way to add a new league that isn't currently existing in your game is you're going to go to rules and you're going to go add nation rules. And this will take you to where you can add a league. So for this, you'll create new competitions and rules if you're adding a new league, or you can add lower divisions and cups to an existing structure. So you would click on this option. For example, if you wanted to add in the English lower leagues below the Vanarama National League North and South for England, for example. But since we're adding in a new nation, we're going to go to create new competition rules. And then we're going to go to other nations and we're going to find the Philippines. So it has pretty much every nation in here. I just have to go down and find the Philippines. Of course, they are in alphabetical order, so you can just use that to search. So here's the Philippines, and we're going to click Next. So then you can go to the season update day and then the start and end times for the league. This might already be pre-programmed, but if it's not, you can just quickly Google the start and end date for the league, and you should be able to use that. And then after that, we'll click on Finish. So next, there's a couple of things that we need to do to make sure that the Philippines Football League is loaded and in correctly. So first, we have General here, and that's what we just did. So next, we'll go to Divisions, and what we're going to need to do is add the correct number of divisions. So the Philippines Football League only has one division, so we'll create a single division. We're going to select the competition type next. And for this, it's already in the database, so all you need to do is add the competition for whatever league you're in and make sure there's the right number of teams. Next, you can go to the number of rounds. So this is the number of times that each team will play each other. Now, I believe in the Philippines Football League, they play each other 4 times. So this will be 2 home and 2 away matches, so I'll click 4. Next, you'll input the substitution rules. So on the left side here, this is the number of substitutions that you can make during the game. On the right side, this is the number of subs available. So 3 from 3 would be 3 subs that can come into the game from 3 available. 3 from 5 would be that there are 5 players on the bench, but only 3 can come in at any given time. So I'm going to do 3 from 7 with a maximum of 3 stoppages. If this was a lower division, you could add in the number of promotion places, and the Philippines doesn't have a lower division, so there are no relegation places, so I'm going to put 0 there. And then you can add the match day. I'm not going to input the match day, but you could make this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, etc. if all matches are on the same day. And after that, you can click on Finish. So now we have the Philippines Football League added in. If there are any secondary divisions, you could add the secondary divisions here and go through the exact same process that we went through just now. But lastly, we'll add in the cups. So there is a Philippines Football League Cup, so we can add that in here. So there are different formats for the cup. So one is the FA Cup, another is the Super Cup. So this would be like the winner between, this would be the Community Shield essentially in England, or you can add in another cup. For the Philippines, it's essentially like an FA Cup, so I'll add that in here. These should already be loaded within the game. So for the Philippines, this is the PFL Cup. Next, we'll select the teams that are available. For this, you're going to select essentially the leagues that are in it. So for the Philippines, it's the Football League or the top division, and then it's also the lower divisions, which is the lower league. Again, these are inputted into the game. The lower division isn't playable, but we add it in to fill out the PFL Cup. And finally, we go into the settings. So you can go into the number of games in each round if there's any specific match rules. So for this, I add in extra time. I'll also add in the substitution rules. So we'll go from 3 from 7, max of 3 stoppages, plus 1 extra time sub. And then you can also add in a match day there, which I'm not going to do. And I won't add in a number of games. This will be automatically set by the game, so I don't really need to worry about that. And then I'll click on Finish. And finally, now that everything with the divisions is good, I'm going to go into the Philippines Football League and just make sure all the rules are correct. So to do that, you'll just open up divisions and then Philippines Football League, and we'll look at kind of the general outcomes for this league. Again, no promotion or relegation places, but we are going to need to add some rules. So for example, the league sorting rules will need to add, the first tiebreaker will be goal difference. After that will be goals scored, or goals for, as I think it is in the game. And this will make sure that a team isn't randomly assigned a place if they're on the same equal number of points. You can also check to make sure that the point system is correct, so 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 0 points for a loss. Next, you can check to make sure all the dates are correct, which I believe they are in here. If there is a competition break, you could add that in here, such as a winter break in the league. If there's any prize money involved, for example, there's prize money in the Champions League, you could add that in here, but there isn't prize money associated with the Philippines Football League. Next, you can go down to match roles, and these are things where you can adjust the makeup of the squad. So for example, if I wanted to add a match day role here, you could come in and do like a maximum number of foreign players, or you could have a maximum number of under 21 or over 22 players. In the playing 11, you could set a maximum number of foreign players, so on and so forth. So all of the rules are in here, and you can use this to add them. And you can do the same thing with the squad rules here. So if there's a salary cap, you can add that in, maximum number of non-EU players. So this is for the squad registration itself. So you can use this to change the squad registration rules. And finally, this is other if you wanted to add like points deductions for teams, or you could go to playoffs. And if there's a championship playoff, a promotion playoff, or a relegation playoff, you can add that in here. But otherwise, that's everything for adding in a nation. So the last thing that you need to do is make sure that the rules are all correct, just in case you missed something. So you'll go up to rules and you'll go to test rules. And if it says that the current nation rules are valid, then that is an indication that everything is working properly. And you can now save this into the game. However, if it says that the nation rules are invalid, it'll usually tell you why it's invalid. So a lot of times this might be a relegation place, but there's no sub-league or something like that. So if the nation rules are invalid, it'll tell you what the error is, and you can go in and fix it from there. But since the current nation rules are valid here, all we need to do is press OK, and then we are going to go to File and save the editor data. And here you can change the title. So I'm going to change the title to Philippines Football League, and you can add any notes in here. So I'll just say this is the edited PFL, and from there you can save it. So once the editor data is saved, all you need to do is load up Football Manager, input your league, and it will show up there. So I also thought I'd show you what it looks like when you go into Football Manager. So when you start a new game, you're going to click on Career Mode. And once you click on Career Mode, all you have to do is use the database, and you just add it in here. So you can go to Philippines Football League is the one that we have. I'll click Confirm there. You have to go into the advanced setup since it's a custom database. But once you're in the advanced setup, all you're going to do is go into Add Remove Leagues, and we have the Philippines right here. So I hope this video is helpful to you all asking about how to use the pregame editor and how to load your own database. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. But otherwise, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week, and I will see you all in the next video.